Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Lisa, and I want to welcome all the newbies, and I think I'm almost to 1,800 people. Now, as you see in the title, we're going to do, I think I'm going to call it tips and tricks or definitions. I don't know. I may let you guys decide. I may call it tips and tricks to start with, but I don't know. You let me know down in the comments section. Now, before we get started on this, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this type of video. And yeah, make sure you're getting your notifications by hitting that bell. If the bell's got a little parentheses around it, you're already getting them. So, let's get started on this. I had somebody ask me, what do I mean by buildable? When I say a foundation isn't buildable or is buildable. So to understand that, first we have to understand how to put on our foundation. Now, we've all seen those 20-something-year-olds on here. They just go ham and put that all over their face, and they put some more on, and yeah, they can get away with that. They're going to get away with that until they develop lines and wrinkles and pores, as I call them, canyons and craters. So, what I have found, works best for more mature skin is you have to put on a thin layer, a very thin layer, okay? Now, you can do that with your fingers, your brush, your sponge. I don't care. That's each person's preference. Me, I prefer a sponge. But that's all up to you, okay? Now, for me, I put on a very thin layer, okay? Now, it's not going to cover everything on most foundations. It's not. Like my nose, and I have the discoloration here and here. I don't have, I need more coverage. So, I'll go in with just a little bit more and put another very thin layer on those areas. Not all over the entire face, if I don't need it. I just put it where I need it. Now, when I say a foundation is buildable or not buildable, there's a couple of things that can happen, okay? It can look cake face. Even though all you've got on is two very thin layers, it can look like you're wearing this much makeup. Which ages us. So we don't like that. Or what can happen is it's fine with the one layer, thin layer. It doesn't go into lines, or pores. But if we put the second layer on, sometimes what can happen is it looks good. It looks like our skin, but it settles into the lines and pores because we've put that second layer on. What else can happen is when you go to put on a foundation and you got that thin layer on, you just want a little bit more, and you go in certain areas, you go put it on, the first layer you put on came off. It pulls itself off. So those are the three things I say makes it not buildable. Also not buildable is when you do go, it looks good and everything, but it doesn't build any coverage. That makes it not buildable. So, for me, like, let's say this LA Girls I just did a review on. Okay, this looked cake face. I mean, it looked like I was wearing makeup this thick. Built up, but didn't like that. Okay, the Physicians Formula you've seen, I went ham with this thing to get any coverage first layer. But the reason why I did that is because it would pull itself off, okay? Not that it looked cakey, it pulled itself off. Now, the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, when I try and go a second layer in certain areas, it settles into my lines and pores, and it really doesn't build up for me. Now, this Maybelline Stay Put, the 24-hour one, what happens with it is it pulls itself off. So, and same thing with the Better Skin. It pulls itself off. Now, the two I have found that I can build are the Milani and the Elf. Now I know this Elf, but I've got normal, and as the day goes by it dries. This here is for normal to dry skin. Okay? Every once in a while, if I get too hammy with it, it will settle in the lines, but as long as I'm conservative, 2 thin layers instead of group caking it in there, I can get by with it. So I hope this helped you understood when I say a foundation isn't buildable for me, what I mean, okay? Because both of these will get me a little more coverage, and it doesn't look cake face, it doesn't settle into lines, it doesn't pull itself off. So I hope that kind of helped you understand what I mean by a buildable foundation. There hasn't been very many drugstore foundations that I have found for me that are buildable. The Boots number 7 was one. It just didn't get any more coverage on it. So, if you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful day. We're going to have a family day here, play some games. I'm going to cook homemade chicken and noodles. So, talk to you later. Bye-bye.